Bonjour! I have my red lipstick on and I am officially in French mode because this is going to be a French pharmacy favourites / haul because I do go to France quite a bit. I actually have been going basically all my life. It took me a while to think about how long I'd been going, and then I realised I've basically been going all my life, even though you wouldn't really be able to tell that from my French accent. So I do have quite a few kind of stocks of things that I love at home already. So I'm going to mention a couple of my favourites and show you what I picked up because I was just in Paris, and I did actually vlog when I was in Paris, so I will leave a link to my Paris vlog below in case you haven't seen that. But I'm going to get straight into the haul. The first thing I picked up, it wasn't a thing actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. This is the Roche-Posay Serozinc toner. This is like a zinc sulfate solution. It's one of those things where you can't quite put your finger on it, but when you don't use it, you notice a difference. If I had to label like keeping my skin clear down to one item, it would be this stuff because it is so awesome, and it kind of just clarifies the skin in a way which I really like. I usually either just spritz this all over my face, even though it kind of makes your face a bit wet, it's not like a fine mist or anything, or just spritz it onto a cotton pad and wipe across my face to use as a toner between cleansing and moisturizing. It's around €5 as well, which is just awesome and why I've picked up so many. P.S. I just found another bottle in my bag, so that makes 6 of these that I bought. Moving on to Bioderma, and I'm sure you guys have all heard of the Bioderma micellar water. It's like a makeup artist's favourite, just gets off a full face of makeup really quickly, and I kind of fall in and out of love with it. I find that when I want my makeup to kind of come off really quickly, I just kind of prefer using a cleansing oil because you can just slap it on as opposed to like using 110 cotton pads and like pressing them against your eye kind of thing. But I did want to check out the rest of the Bioderma range because I heard really good things about it from my friend Tijan Serena, who I just mentioned in my favourites video, and I will link her blog and her YouTube channel below, so definitely go and check them out because her recommendations are incredible. And I've been in love with this. She told me, I think she might have told me a month ago, and I was like, yeah, okay, like I will get it. And then when I was in the pharmacy, I was like, okay, now I'm actually going to pick it up. And she'd been nagging me to get this for maybe like 2 months, and oh my gosh, it is so good. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what it is now. This is the Bioderma Hydra Bio Riche for very dehydrated or sensitive skin. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best moisturizers I've ever used, and I've only been using this for like a week and a half, and I can already see a difference. I see a difference in my skin texture, in my kind of dehydration lines throughout the day, in the way my makeup sits on top of my skin. It is so good, and it sounds like it would be really rich and thick and quite balmy, but it's just as light as your average moisturizer, which I love as well. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the pump, which I love because I hate moisturizers in a pot. I also bought another bit from their range, and this was the Hydra Bio mask, the moisturizing mask for dry and sensitive skin and dehydrated. So first of all, I was reading the instructions as I was putting this mask on, and it says use every day for the first week and then once or twice a week. I was like, that's kind of strange. I've never heard of like a face mask being like use every day for the first week. I feel like you'd use the product really quickly that way. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll give this a go every day. So I've been using it for 4 days, and I haven't really seen that much of a difference so far, but I'll do it for the full week and then once and twice a week, and then I will report back on this one. But I really like the kind of squeezy tube it comes in, but I will definitely report back on its weird instructions. Do product names ever just really get you really excited about something? Like this just made me put it in my basket immediately purely because of the name. I'd never even heard of the brand, and it's called Garmade, don't know, Hydrating Moisturizing Elixir. Doesn't that sound so cool? Like a moisturizing elixir. And also, I took it out of the packaging, and it turns out it's blue. It's a really light liquid, but it leaves kind of a tacky feeling to the skin, which I quite like in a serum because I feel like my moisturizer kind of sticks and locks on top of it better. It is 100% organic, and to be honest with you, I kind of stay clear of organic and natural skincare where I can because it's kind of a long story, and maybe maybe if you want me to do another skincare routine video, then I'll explain it fully in that. But I basically went through like an organic and natural skincare phase, and I found out from a doctor that the molecules in the natural and organic skincare are actually much larger than they are normally, so your skin finds it quite hard to break down and absorb, which is why I found that I was breaking out a lot from organic and natural skincare. But I've been using this every day for a week and a half, so I think if I was going to break out I would have found out about it already. So I am liking this so far, but that was just like a big organic natural skincare ramble. So I haven't done a skincare routine video in about 6 or 7 months, so let me know if you fancy seeing one of those again. I have a post on my top 10 French pharmacy buys, which I will link below, but one of my favourite French pharmacy brands is La Roche-Posay, and I know you can get them really easily in the UK. I know you can pick them up in Boots, but I picked up this Phase Rehydrating Concentrate Anti-Eye Bags and Anti-Fatigue, which just sounded really exciting and cool. It's kind of a light gel texture, and I haven't given this enough of a whirl yet, so when I do come to a conclusion on it, I will let you know what I think. Another La Roche-Posay item is this daily anti-redness moisturizer with SPF 15. I do get quite a bit of red skin around my cheeks sometimes. My skin is majorly sensitive. This moisturizer is actually green, which I find quite funny, but it obviously shears out to a normal kind of light creamy texture. It smells quite medicinal, which I don't really like, but at the same time I kind of feel like that's working a little bit more, and it feels really hydrating at the same time. I don't know if this will replace my La Roche-Posay cream that I absolutely love, but it's definitely seemed to be calming my red skin so far. Another French pharmacy favourite brand is Embryliss, and they have one best-selling moisturiser that absolutely everyone loves, but I didn't really get on with it that well. I didn't think it was absolutely incredible, but I do love their hydrating mask. But I have that one already at home, but I wanted to pick up something else, and I saw this little stick, and it's called Express Cooling and Refreshing Eye Care. It basically comes like this, and it's just like a little cooling eye stick that you kind of roll around your eyes. I used this morning and I really liked it. I didn't think it did anything major. It's a bit too soon to tell anyways, but it did feel really nice rolling it around my eyes. I absolutely love the Chlorane range, and I know you can pick this up in John Lewis, I think, in the UK, and on Feel Unique as well, but I think it's a little bit cheaper when you go to Paris. So I picked up one of my favourite conditioners from them, and this is their conditioner with mango butter, and it's nourishing and detangling. This I actually like to use as a hair mask. I kind of make my hair wet, kind of wet it down in the sink or in the shower, sleep with this on my hair, and it's just like the most nourishing, luxurious hair mask, and it smells really good as well. And then to go along with my little Chlorane obsession, I thought I would try something new, and this is their leave-in cream with pomegranate for colour treated hair, and I was kind of sold as soon as I opened this and saw that the cream is actually pink, but again I will report back on this one. There's a brand called Biafine, and it's one of those products that is like so miraculous. I can't even tell you. If you get burnt by the sun easily, you need to get yourself some Biafine, because you put like a thick layer of it on a burn and it just takes away the redness and the soreness like instantly. It is so good. Anytime I go on holiday, I think I was in France, maybe it was France, like 2 years ago, and there was a big group, there was 14 of us. One of my friends got really burnt. He genuinely looked like a lobster on his front. I think he like fell asleep in the sun, and he ended up using, like, the Biafine tubs come like in this big, like the tubes, and he ended up using the entire thing on his front, and then he came into my room later and was like, Amelia, that stuff is incredible. He's like, where is it and where can I buy it from, because I burn all the time. It just, half an hour is all you need and it will kind of just sort it out, and I just absolutely love it, and I cannot go on a sunny holiday without it. So I thought I'd try something else from the range. So I tried this SensiBiafine Extra Rich Cream, and it says it's hypoallergenic, it was without parabens, it's described as a balm as well. I have to say I was really disappointed by this. I kind of used it overnight and woke up and my skin, the first thing I thought when I woke up was like, oh, my skin's kind of tight. It's like that tight feeling when, I don't know what's that tight feeling, when you use a really dehydrating face wash and you're just like, or when you use like a horrible face wipe or something. And I also had like a couple of under the skin blemishes just like overnight, and I knew it was down to this because I hadn't changed anything else in my routine. So I don't really know if I'll be getting a lot of use out of this. Something I saw thought that I was quite intrigued about trying was from Cattier, and it was their clay mask with yellow clay and witch hazel, but for dry skin. And I'd never really come across a clay mask that normally they're quite drying and like extracting, but for dry skin. So I thought maybe this will be like a really hydrating clay mask. I've tried their exfoliator and I've tried their normal clay mask before, both of which I really like. So I really look forward to trying this, but it is like a horrible mustard yellow colour, so stay tuned on my Instagram for a pretty hilarious selfie when I try this. Like I mentioned before, when I go into the sun, I do tend to burn. Everyone thinks I'm quite dark because I have quite dark features, but then my skin is actually really, really pale because I have so many different ethnicities in my family. So I have like the pale skin from my English side of the family and the dark side of the features from my other side of the family. So I always use a block when I go into the sun because I get burnt really, really easily. And this one's my favourite because it's not like one of those white blocks you remember your mum putting on when you were younger and you had that like white film on your skin and then your lips go white and then you go into the sea or the pool and everything is just really, really white. It's not like that at all. It kind of sinks into the skin quite nicely but still protects the skin, and this one is from Institut Estedam. Now you know you are in a like bulk buy French pharmacy when you buy, I think it was over 10 lip balms. Oh my god, that is, when am I going to use over 10 lip balms? Anyway, I will use them though. But when you buy over 10 lip balms and like no one even bats an eyelid, like the sales assistant was like scanning all the items and she just didn't even flinch that I bought like 10 of the same lip balms. Anyway, I just thought that was really funny because apparently that must be like the done thing when you go to this huge pharmacy. But I picked up 3 of these which I just mentioned in my favourites, and this is the Nuxe Rêve de Miel, and this is hands down most hydrating lip balm I have ever tried, and I basically owe this find all down to Essie Button, who I will link below. This is brilliant because it leaves a really thick layer over the lips, but it dries matte so you hardly can tell it's there. You can apply your lipstick over the top of it and it hydrates the lips for absolutely hours, and it smells of honey, which is absolutely, oh, it just smells so good. So fun fact of the day is the reason that I started my blog was all down to this lip balm right here, and I may have picked up quite a few more of them. I was actually in Switzerland and I had really dry lips, and I went to the pharmacy and I bought a Lancome lip moisturizer. It was like a really, really tiny pharmacy, and also this, which is called Dermophil, and the Lancome one did absolutely nothing, and then this was like incredible stuff. And then I googled it to see if there was any reviews about it or anything, and there was absolutely nothing on Google about it. So I was like, I'm gonna start a blog and be the first one to write about the Dermophil lip balm and how great it is. So I picked up quite a few of these, and they have the kind of white cap ones which leave your lips looking really, really white, so I kind of like to use those ones at night. And then I also picked up the green lid ones, which are more of a daytime moisturizer, and then I also picked up the ones that smell of coconut. And then the last one I got was this DuCray one, and to be honest, I kind of picked it up for the name. I just thought the name DuCray was really funny. I don't know why, that is so sad. That is how spendy I was feeling that day. Anyway, this is a really nice lip balm. It kind of has a glossy look to it as well, which I really like, because that you still get that kind of glossy look to the lips, but it doesn't dry them out at all. Then I picked up this tiny little pot of hyaluronic fluid, which I thought sounded really cool. It's from a brand called Inca Rose, and it's like a mega light gel texture. I have a feeling this might be something like hydroluron, and I didn't really like hydroluron, so I'm quite intrigued to try this out. It was just so cute and dinky that I couldn't help myself. So that is the end of my French pharmacy haul. I will leave all my French pharmacy favourites as well listed below because I have quite a few of those, but definitely if you're ever in Paris, go to this pharmacy because it was incredible. It was called City Pharma on Rue de Four, and I will leave its address below because I had such a great time there. And I will link my Paris vlog here in case you haven't seen it, as well as all my links like Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of stuff, which will be below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, thoughts on lunch?
Really, really good.
Really good. They do these like savoury crepes. It's like a savoury crepe place, and then you have like your salad or whatever you're having.